Magnificent experience is going to stay with you for the rest of your life, and you will always practice this. Every day you're going to practice relaxing and permitting this beautiful lavender energy to flow through you. And you know it's a healing energy. We're up to 5, 6, there's a phenomenal energy moving into you. On the count of 10, you're going to open your eyes. You're going to feel like you've had a wonderful rest. We're up to 6, to 7, to 8. On the count of 10, you're going to open your eyes. You're going to feel like you've had a wonderful rest. And this magnificent experience is going to stay with you for the rest of your life. And you will always practice this. Every day you're going to practice relaxing and permitting this beautiful lavender energy to flow through you. And you know it's a healing energy. We're up to 5, 6. There's a phenomenal energy moving into you. On the count of 10, you're going to open your eyes. You're going to feel like you've had a wonderful rest. We're up to 6, to 7, to 8, 9, 10.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Morning.
Good morning. Welcome. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Here we go. Recording here. Recording there. Excellent. All right. So welcome everybody. Good morning. Thank you for being here. We are going to have a very special day today. My plan is to speak with you about abundance and about setting up your mind to receive, setting up your mind to create, setting up your mind to be in receiving mode. I think a lot of the times we're not in this mode. We think we are, but we're not. So how do you how do you get to be in this receiving mode? How do you plan the energy so that you are in this receiving mode? Well, I'm gonna tell you, if you have to change your life, if you want to change your life, you have to change your mind. Yeah, thank you very much. Alarm, we're on track. If you want to change your life, you have to change your mind, and that's the bottom line. So it's really your call. You either get on board or you just stay where you're at and continue doing the same thing the way the ancestors did it and the way 95% of the population is doing it. So I want you to start becoming intentional on everything you're doing, intentional on your life, intentional on your goals, intentional on your purpose. Everything has a meaning, and your goals are life. Basically, your goals are what you're going to become. Uh, and when we sit down and study and write and think, we're not just mechanically doing it. You're feeling it. You're doing it, and you want to get better at that. Okay, you want to get better at every time you put pen to paper, which is you should be often. You're intentional about it. You're intentional about it. So think about your goal. Think about a goal. It doesn't matter how many times you think about it. It doesn't matter how many times you write it down. It doesn't matter how many times you feel what the goal is going to be like. It doesn't matter where you really want to be. Like, it should matter to you where you want to be. I know it matters to me, so it doesn't matter to you. So that's how I want you to start to think. It doesn't matter how many times you've heard a lesson. It doesn't matter how many times you've seen a certain thing in this content, in this broadcast. Just look at this in a way that you've never looked at it before. Now, your paradigm is going to try to hold you back, because it is actually holding you back, just like my paradigm is holding me back. And how do I know that my paradigm is holding me back? How do I know that your paradigm is holding you back? The magic to that question is very easy. The answer to that question is very easy. You just have to look at your results. I just have to look at my own results. And I know because of what I'm thinking about, because of what I'm dreaming about, because of what I'm feeling about is not there. And I know I'm attempting everything I can, everything I want to do, I go at it. But if the results are not showing, that means my paradigm has not changed. So you see, if you wanna change your results, you change your paradigm. If you want to know where is your paradigm, look at your results. Just look at your results. The results tell the story. Results tell the story. You have to start becoming like the like the police. You kind of scan it. You don't want to live from your results, but you want to look at your results, and that's going to tell you where your paradigm is at. That's going to tell you where that speed knob is at. So imagine your welcome, Bethany, and good to see you here. So imagine your paradigm and your income is a dial, because we have to tune in to that $10,000 month, $100,000 month, $500,000 month. I don't know what your number. And if you're not there, you're not dialed in yet. You gotta get dialed in, baby. You gotta get dialed in. Now, can you get dialed in? Absolutely. I was reading a chapter from Earl, and he talked about a story that Earl Nightingale used to be Bob's mentor. So Earl Nightingale, in that story, he said he was caught so many times speaking to himself. So he was always speaking to himself about whatever, right? And he was asked, like, well, why do you always speak to yourself? Like, what is going on? He goes, well, I'm telling myself my goal. I'm always repeating my goal. And I also like to speak to an intelligent person. So I speak to myself. And that was not arrogance. That was just Earl. He's known as the number one in the coaching industry. He started this whole thing. The second thing on high achievers and those who are going places is, who are you associating yourself with? If we are going to talk, and we're talking today about creating your own economy, really changing yourself to the next level, you have to start looking around. Who is around you? Who are you hanging around with? Your environment is your destiny. Who's around you? This is the key. So we've got DNA. You were born with certain DNA from your parents and your grandparents and their grandparents. About 5 generations is stuck in you. That programming. If there's issues, if there's poor mindset, if there's lack, but your environment is the key. Environment is stronger than DNA. You can take a kid out of the United States or Canada or Denmark or Africa, and you take them at a very young age all the way to China. And guess what? They will never speak English. They will never speak Arabic. They will never speak their mother tongue. They will speak Chinese, because the environment takes everything. And they will grow up knowing the habits of the way the Orient does. So start paying attention to your environment and how you're setting it all up. Who are you hanging around? What kind of inspired action are you taking every day? We think of our goals, we write our goals, and then we study. I'm studying like a maniac. But are you taking any action? Because if you're not taking any action, you're not getting anywhere. And you might take action, you get somewhere, but then if you stop taking the action, you're not going to get anywhere anymore. So you got to continue taking the action, inspired action. So good action, good results. Bad action, bad results. No action, no results. That's it. If you wake up every day and start taking action, inspired action, you're going to be like that plane going from point A to point B, point A to point B. It's an autopilot. So I want you to learn to set up your mind to be like on autopilot. It will get there. The wind will push you up, the wind will push you down, just like the plane. It's going to be pushed down, pushed down. But guess what? You're going to go from Chicago to Florida because you're on that target. You're on that target. You're on that target. You're on that target. You will get there. It doesn't matter how many times you failed. It doesn't matter how many times you struggle. Without action, nothing happens. Now, why is that? Well, because we are living in what's known as a cause and effect world. We're not living in space. We're part of soul, but so we're not in full spirit. We're in a physical human body, and we have to learn to work by the laws. So there's the laws of nature, there's the laws of physics, there's the laws of the way the world works, but I'm talking about, a physical law. If you don't take action, you don't get a reaction, and that's physics. You can't create new stuff. Everything is just moving from one form to another form. Like how did this pen get here? Well, it was some kind of plastic before, beads. Well, where did the beads come from? Well, there were some kind of bags before. Well, before the bags, where did they come? Maybe they came from some kind of tree, some kind of little fruit that had little sap on it, and then they got it together and they boiled it, and so everything's just moving from one form to another form. Your service is just the manifestation of moving something from one form to the other. When I was making steel in the steel plant, we used to take dirt, literally ore, and scrap, mix it together, burn it, boil it, melt it, and then makes it liquid, and then we make it solids. So we take one form to another form. So everything we're doing is just moving things from one form to another form. We're living in a cause and effect world. So my point here on this section, without action, nothing happens. And environment is key. Unfortunately, some people you're going to have to let go of. Now, some people you can get let go of. Some people are your family, but they're almost like too negative. Being honest with you. So you have to spend less time with them and go less often. That's it. You can't get rid of them. Don't get mad. Whatever you push out is coming back. Whatever you push out is coming back. So why do we need these big goals? Why is this create your own economy this week and elevate is what kind of the theme of the week? Well, because we want a goal that is inspiring to Beth, for example, to Bethany. She's looking for a goal that's gonna be like a magnet and it's just gonna pull her forward. Oof. If you don't have a big goal, you're not inspired. Like, I don't know about you, but like, I'm excited about today. I have 2 appointments. I have no idea who I'm going to meet. I don't know these people. I just seen their names online. I have an appointment with the bank. I have an appointment with BNI, and I'm excited who I'm going to meet there. BNI is Business Network International. I have a thing to fill for the MBN network now. I just joined that. So I'm excited about today, but I have a goal. The goal just magnetizes me. It creates this energy. It wakes me up by itself before the alarm goes on. So if you're struggling, it's because you're not inspired by your goal. You're just pretending. And you got to stop pretending. I mean, you want to live a pretend life all your life? I mean, some of you are not 20 years old anymore. No more pretending. Who gives a who what everybody else says? Who cares if you have to struggle for a while to work somewhere to work on your mission? Who cares? Don't live because your neighbors wanted you to live that way. Live the way you want to live. So goals inspired us to grow this belief. Because I truly believe, I don't know about you, at the beginning I didn't. But the more I read in this book, and we study this with the clients on Saturdays, Think and Grow Rich with the business real estate mastermind. When we get together, we study this and then we talk real estate. I didn't think you need that much belief. I thought you just wake up, you have an action plan, you take action. Well, you can do that, but that's hard work. But if you start working on the belief, or you take a thought and you think about it, that's the thought, you think about it, you think about it, you think about it, you start increasing the belief. And that belief becomes manifested into your emotional mind, which is the energy that you want. And that's going to tell your body what it should do. So goals will inspire you to believe that there is a bigger thing. However, the paradigm is strong. Now, what is the paradigm again? So the paradigm is basically where you're at right now. The paradigm is your current results, your programming, who you're hanging around, how you're taught. You didn't even know you have them, but you have them. Good ones and bad ones. Some people think paradigms are all bad. No, some of them are good. So, for example, I know from Donna, because she's doing some work for me, she has good paradigms. She's very organized. She's very good, she sets the appointment. She makes sure we have a schedule. She has a good paradigm in terms of work habits. But I'm talking about the lack paradigm. I'm talking about the procrastination paradigm. I'm talking about the no abundance paradigm that's stuck in so many of us because the way we were raised, the way the environment is negative. Those paradigms are the ones that we need to change. Now, how do we do that? How do we do it while we're elevating? Well, maybe I should share the screen. Yeah, maybe I can share the screen. Let me see if I can find it. Then I'll share the screen. So there's something called higher mental faculties. Let me see if I have them here. Higher mental faculties. Well, yeah, I guess we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. I'll share the screen. All right, so we're gonna share the screen, and I'm gonna put some like little background, soft music, not too loud. So, how do we focus? Well, this picture on the screen, I still remember the day that, really Bob talked about it. And he said, look, he said, this is the most valuable idea. So when somebody has been doing this for like freaking 60 years, and he goes, this is the most valuable idea I've ever learned, you start listening. I was like, wow, this guy is about to share with us his best idea. And then you look at it and you're like, wow, what is this thing? Well, if you've never seen it, well, welcome aboard. If you've seen it before, just pay attention because it's really, really key to understand these key points. Because this is going to help you shape your mind, how your mind works. Because the reason we're not advancing, the reason you're not getting your goals, the reason you're not where you want to be is because you don't know how to work with the mind. I don't know how to work with the mind. I'm learning about the mind. That's everything I talk about. That's everything I teach. Everything I'm doing is to shape my mind to get a better paradigm. Now, what the heck is that? Well, look at it this way. So Truman Fleet, back in 1930s, he said, we don't know what the mind looks like. What is the mind? Is it the hand? Is it the head? Like if I tell you an apple, you know what an apple looks like. If I tell you a car, BMW, 328, you know what a BMW looks like. If I tell you your fridge, you know what your fridge looks like. But if I tell you your mind, describe your mind for me. Put this in your mind. Like, what the heck does that mean? So Truman figured it out in a simple way that's very effective. He said, our mind works in pictures. Our mind works in pictures. That's how you remember things. And when you're driving, for example, somewhere, the pictures keep coming up that you know how to get to where you want to get because our mind works in pictures. So he drew this thing and he said, look, this thing is the mind. And this thing is the body. And he did that on purpose. The body is much smaller than the mind because the mind controls the body. We are part of mind. We are part of the soul. And then the mind controls the body. And then he split it. He said, look, you have an intellectual mind, which is the conscious mind. And you have an emotional mind, which is the subconscious mind. You think of an idea, you get into the feeling of the idea, that's going to tell your body what to do. And you see how the body is connected to your emotional mind. It's not connected to your conscious mind, it's connected to your emotional mind. Thoughts, feelings, and actions. The body takes the action and you get some kind of results. So he said that's how the mind works. Conscious mind, subconscious mind, body. Now, this looks like a crazy idea, but it is that simple. So you have to start thinking it this way. If I want to change my results, and my results are not changing, it's because whatever I have in here, whatever paradigm I have in here, I have to learn how to change this paradigm. I have to start putting in a new paradigm, a new paradigm, a new paradigm. I want to be a bigger paradigm to overtake this guy. That's the idea. You want to get a new paradigm to get new kind of results. That's what you want, a new paradigm to get new results. And that's the mind. Let's see what else comes after that. I think we talked about this one yesterday, that attitude is everything. Attitude is the key to everything. And that's the other thing that's connected to your mind, your attitude. So these results that you want, these results that you want here, this guy, if they're not what you want them to be, it's because your thoughts, feelings, and actions have an issue somewhere. If the results are not what you want, it's because there's something with your attitude. And attitude is a summation of all this. It's a big lesson. This is lesson 9 and 10 in thinking its results. But I think I was going on to the focus, right? This is where I wanted to go. I wanted to go on to the focus. Let me see where the focus thing is. Oh, okay. So we're coming up on it. Okay, perfect. Well, a little bit more on this and we get to the focus. So beautiful. I haven't opened this file for a minute, so they were right here. So look at your attitude. I like how he made it like a puzzle in here, right? Your actions. You ever had any of these puzzles? Thoughts and feelings. So thoughts, feelings, and actions. I like to do it that way because your mind, thinking mind is up here, feeling mind is here, your body takes care of the actions. So thoughts, feelings, and action are going to determine where you're at. And if you're not having the right results, it's because somewhere we're lacking. Now, you might be thinking, well, why is this so spiritual? Why is this so much has to do with faith? Why do we talk about belief? Well, it's because we are an extension of spirit, okay? We are an extension of this spirit. We're living in a physical body and we have an intellect. What you have today, your results today are here. That's your money, the house you live in, the car you drive, everything is here. And everything you want is up here. The reason you don't have this, this new goal is because you don't know how to get there. And I'm teaching you about the mind so that you learn how to get what you want. That's the only reason you don't have this. And that thing that you have is just at a different frequency and vibration, because everything is thought energy, everything is thought and everything is there. That's different thought. You're at this level, but every one of us is at a different level. So some of us could be at the, $100,000 a year. Some of us could be at the $1 million a year. Some of us could be at the $10 million a year. Like I believe Donna and Bethany were in the meeting a couple of nights ago, and the gentleman is talking about a $200 million investment. That's about to knock your socks off. And I was looking at it, I was like, my investments are in the $1 million or less. This guy's talking about 200. What's different? How come he can do it and I'm not doing it? He just has a different idea. So I just have to change your ideas. That's all. That's all we gotta do. Bigger ideas. And start resonating at a much bigger idea than the idea that you're here. So that meeting that we had a couple nights ago was incredible. I really enjoyed it. But how do you focus? How can we use this guy, this intellectual ability, to help us? Because it's not by hard work. Napoleon Hill said, if you think you're gonna get rich by hard work, perish the idea. You have to work hard, but it's not hard work. So basically, you need ideas. We are missing ideas. So what idea do you need to help you grow? So again, we have certain results. We need some ideas, and the ideas come from spirit. Ideas are floating around. There's thoughts everywhere. And you need an idea that inspires you to start moving in the right action, in the right direction, to create your own economy. And these ideas are there now. They're just coming to you. They're coming to you all the time. You have a choice. As you learn how to focus with your intellect, you have what's in your intellect. There's your will, your imagination, your memory, your perception, your reason, and your intuition. That's inside your intellect. That's what this eye is for. And these thoughts are coming to your mind. The more you develop this intellect, the more you're able to take a thought and get it to move into formation, because we're changing thought into physical results. Like I go back to this phone. How did they get this phone together? It was just an idea. It was an idea. And somebody used their intellect. Somebody used their imagination. Somebody used their memory. Somebody, they put all this together and they took a thought. It became an idea. They got emotionally engaged with it. They experimented with it and they got a result. Think of Edison, all the patents that he patented. Think of Nikola Tesla. Think of Elon Musk. They got an idea. Where do the ideas come from? Well, they come from thoughts. They use their imagination. They use their intellectual ability. And they get emotionally engaged with it, which heats up which is, if they take action, it starts changing their results. They don't look at their results, because if you look at your results and work from there, you're stuck. Your results are there just to guide you. They're just like the guiding mechanism, but you have to focus. You gotta learn to focus. How do you focus? Well, if you can focus on one thing, you can focus on anything. If you can focus on one thing, you can focus on anything. So imagine it like power, right? There's all this power that's coming, and you're gonna squeeze it into something small to get the result that you want. And this is power. There's power available. That's how I want you to think of it. There's power available. And you're squeezing this power by focusing so you can get the results. Because today, Bethany, Rajitsi, and Donna that is here, what are you going to do today to improve your business? I mean, there's a lot of things you could be doing. I bet you, if I can get you to speak, you will say, Kamal, I have 100 things to do. But if you focus, what's the first 2-3 things you're supposed to do? In that order. What's the next 3 things you have to do? You have to focus. You have to focus on the few things that are going to move the needle in the right direction to get you better income, to get you in better health, to get you in better wealth. You gotta learn to focus. That's what focus is all about. Lesson 3, 4, and 5 in Thinking into Results is going to help us focus. It's your job to learn it. My job is just to wake you up. Is it easy? Absolutely. Can everybody do it? No, because we don't persist. We don't believe. We don't believe enough. I like this thing. I like this sign. Do I really understand it? Probably not. It's from Neville Goddard, I think. He said that, spirit is present 100% everywhere. I can think of something and you could be thinking of the same idea at the same time. And we're connected, our mind. So when we start masterminding and studying together, we have this universal energy. And he said, spirit is 100% evenly present in all places at all times. Think of it this way. I could take a picture and send it to you and you instantly get it. It's so fast. How does that even possibly happen? It goes from my phone to the internet lines to the satellite and comes back to you almost instantly. It can go all the way to China, to the Denmark. How is that even possible? Well, just like this, because spirit is evenly present. It's all ideas. It's all ideas. And it can happen very, very fast. But we're just not big enough to accept this thing and allow it to do what it needs to do. We're not able to focus this energy. So if spirit is present 100% all the time in all places, how can we not focus it? Well, you got to learn to focus. I suggest you learn to focus. Because I think if we don't learn to focus, you're going to be scattered all over the place. You'll be like a scattered brain. I want you to learn to focus. How do you learn to focus? Come here. We do it often. 2-3 times a week, I teach the focus class. Now, here's the beauty on the mind. And let's continue with this idea, okay? So he said, this is the conscious mind. This is the subconscious mind. Might as well call this the emotional mind, right? It's right here. And that's the beauty. We can think anything we want. We can take any idea and bring it in here and think about it, because it can choose. This conscious mind can choose. It can accept or reject. I can tell you, you can tell me something and I can say, no way, I'm rejecting your idea. Or I can accept it. I have a choice in my thinking mind. I have a choice in my thinking mind. I have a choice. I'll either reject it or I'll accept it. Now, what's the difference? Well, there's a big difference. Because once you reject it, it goes out. Once you accept it, it goes in. So you either accept it or you reject it. You have to decide in your conscious mind. And you do this automatically. You don't even know you're doing it. Now, if you're not rejecting it, you're accepting it. So when you listen to the news, what you hear, what you see, what you touch, when you talk to your friends, that's the environment. These ideas come in here. You either accept them or reject them. How many times when we were kids, we were told all kinds of things that we've just accepted? And that's what we need to erase. We need to erase this paradigm that's here, because when we were kids, we were told all kinds of stuff. You're not good enough. You cannot be a millionaire. Rich people are bad. Money is evil. Money doesn't grow on trees. Go get a job. I mean, it's so programmed. I probably still tell that to my kids. You're not working yet. You're not. No. You gotta forget all these ideas. It's a whole different way of living. So whatever you heard when you were a kid is programmed in your subconscious mind, in your emotional mind. It's programmed. It's there. And that's causing your results. So all we have to do is learn how to change this paradigm to a new paradigm. Because I want to go back to this image here. No, this one. So I started asking myself this question. If I want to go from $10,000 a month to $100,000 a month, what paradigm do I need to be in? I just got to move my paradigm. I just got to learn how to move my paradigm. So you can start experimenting with it. If you don't believe it, right? Start experimenting with it. Start playing, because it's all connected. Just a different frequency, different vibration. And the perfect example is from 2 nights ago at the MBN meeting. Why would one gentleman talk about a $200 million project when 99% of the people in there don't even have a $100,000 investment? What's the difference? He has a different paradigm. That's the difference. Now I'm going to teach you how to change it. Because once you understand this idea, you're going to become unstoppable, baby. You're going to become unstoppable. Your goal, right? The goal that you want has to become the main distraction for you forever. Creating your own economy is not going to just happen. This goal that you want, we need a color that actually, right? It's not black. Has to be your main distraction. Right now, you're distracted with a whole lot of stuff. How do you think you're going to get the law of attraction to work on your behalf? To attract the thing that you want so you can start getting the results that you need. What do you need to give up to start to focus more? What habits you have to get rid of? How many TV shows you're going to stop listening to? How many groups you're going to stop going to? What do you need to give up to get to your goal? Your goal is not going to just come. You're going to have to give up a lot of stuff. Because your goal, again, is at a higher frequency. The habits that you're in right now, the things that you do right now, the games you play, and the people you hang around, they are going to be different at this next level goal. So what do you need to get rid of? How much do you need to get organized to be able to get up there? A lot more. If you want to start creating your own economy, if you're going to start elevating, you have to start thinking like this. How many games you have to stop watching on the weekend, from football to tennis to baseball or whatever? 5, 6, 7, 10, 20 hours people watch TV a week. And they tell you, oh, I can't pay the bills, but there he is or there she is watching TV. Oh, I got to watch my shows, mom. Oh, I got to watch my shows. Get out of my way. And they're stuck. They can't even pay their darn bills. They can't even get out of the house to their brand new car. Their car is a tinker. But yet they have time to watch 10, 20, 30 hours of TV a week. No, I don't blame them. It's because their paradigm is so freaking strong. That's what they think. They think they're doing the right thing because they saw their parents come home and say, I'm tired. Then they sat on the couch and turned the TV on just to tune out. That's what happened. That's what happened. They think they're doing the right thing. They think that's what they need to do to keep carrying on, but that's not what they need to do to carry on. So to get to this goal, you have to create a new paradigm, and that's what you're going to need to learn how to do. And champions, people who win, athletes who win, learn how to focus. And we're going to teach you how to focus. Okay? We got to go to this image here. So actually, that's a nice image. So think of this one as to, if we connect this image with habits and results, because R means results, that's what the R is all about. What are some of the things that you're going to start doing? What are some of the things that you're going to stop doing? Right away in lesson 1 and 2, when you come and work with me for 30 days, that's the whole thing I'm teaching you, the first 2 weeks. Then the next 2 weeks, they're basically a month, which is kind of the entryway to come into my world. Everybody has to do that, lesson 1 and 2. Everybody gets that. You have to do that. The rest, you might not even need them. But if you get lesson 1 and 2 right, and lesson 1 and 2 are what? You're basically going to have a goal. And the second lesson is, we call it the knowing doing gap. That's all you need. You figure these 2 out, everything's going to come easy. What are you going to give up? What bad habit you're going to give up? What new habit you're going to start? That's what we're going to work on for first lesson 1 and 2. Rajitsi right now is in the middle of this, and she has seen significant changes in less than 4 weeks in her business, in her mindset, and how she shows up. And I don't know who else is listening to me online, because I know somebody is. I think late last year, I got a new client, which is amazing. He goes, Kamal, I've been listening to you for a year and a half. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know the guy. He goes, yeah, I listen to your stuff, which is kind of cool. So that's why now I put more and more stuff on YouTube, because somebody out there is listening. Why should I just put it on my computer and nobody's going to listen to it on my computer other than my clients? He said, I've been watching for a year and a half. I got your book. I know what you're doing. You've changed my life. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then he signed up. So that's the first student, and that's what you're going to get right away in the first 30 days. Yeah, because you don't need too much. You might be thinking you need a lot. You don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. Now, I want to encourage you all to put some things in the chat as to who you are, what you do, what you work. This way people can connect with you. I know, of course, Bethany and Donna know each other. I think Rajitsi, I don't think you know Bethany, but you probably know Donna. Donna doing some work for me, administrative part. So you're welcome to do that in the chat, put your information so we can connect with you. People can connect with you. And that's a part of the thing of being here. So in 30 days, you break these two babies up between what your goal is, and you start getting rid of habits, building new habits. Guess what? Your life's gonna start changing. Now people say, Kamal, is this all I have to do? I just have to, no. You have to show up. You have to want it. You have to be wanting to change. 30 days can change your life, and you can start today. But you know what's the sad thing? You know what's the sad thing? This is the sad thing, Bethany and Donna and Rajitsi. The paradigm is so freaking strong. It's not going to let you even do that. Because you're probably thinking, that won't work for me. You don't even allow it to happen. You don't even give yourself a chance. You see, champions try new things. Champions are able to focus, and they're able to intuitively read what's right and what's wrong. I want you to start getting obsessed with this goal, like truly obsessed with this goal. What do you have to give up? What are you going to have to start doing to start getting the goal? It has to be an obsession, a good obsession. How many bars you're going to stop going to? How many games you're going to stop going to? It doesn't mean you're not going to have a life. You're going to have a better life. I have a much better life now than 5 years ago, than a year ago, because I'm giving up some things and I'm starting new things. I have better friends, more interesting friends anyways. See, when you wake up in the morning, if you don't have a goal that's inspiring, you're not going to have the drive. I have an inspiring goal. The number of people I want to help, the amount of money I want to earn. It's inspiring to me. So athletes who win a lot of medals, they dream of winning and they focus. You got to be focused. And when they're focused, they're not dreaming of winning 10 medals. They're focused on one medal. They want the gold medal in running, the 100 meter. They want a gold medal in swimming, in a certain direction, a certain type of swimming. It's very specific, very focused, and they stay on it, and that's it. And they become the best. What are you becoming the best at today? What are you sharpening your skill at with today? What are you going to do today? Some of you are not even cleaning up your cars or your homes. Getting the mess out of the way. You have to get organized. That's how bad the paradigm is. Now, it's not like you don't want to. You want to, of course you want to. But you don't, because the paradigm is strong. The paradigm makes you do other things. So this is what I talked about by becoming intentional. See, we have to take you from the ignorance state to the knowledge state, because why don't you have your goal? You don't have your goal because you're involved in so many negative ideas. You have so many bad habits and you're stuck in worry, doubt, and fear. And my job is to help you move to this state, from this state to this state. Solomon said, in everything you do, get understanding. Now, how do you do that? You study. How do you get understanding? You study. Now, the way I teach, the way I coach, the first thing we do is study. The second thing we do, elite level mentorship. And the third thing is accountability. That's it. It's very easy. But it's outside your comfort zone. So we have to get you on this desire that is really internal, that's going to drive you to do the things you want to do. If we don't get this right, it ain't going to happen. So what is internal to you that's driving? What is this big thing that you want? House, money, relationship. There has to be a drive. It has to be so big, so intense, and you have to get into the feeling of it. Yeah, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this diagram and the way it's kind of shown up, but I want to mention a couple more points on the paradigm, and then we will do a quick 5-minute meditation. Let me see if I have a picture of the paradigm here. Yeah, we can show you that. So the paradigm has got you stuck. The paradigm keeps you afraid, keeps you depressed, keeps you sad. And what is it really doing is that it's a bunch of all these habits that you're in, and we need to change these habits. And that's why the first thing that we do is what I call the study. The study habit is so critical. And it was the number one thing that Bob figured out. When Bob was studying this material back in the 60s, it took him 9 years to figure it out. So Ray Stanford was mentoring Bob, and Ray Stanford told Bob, take this book, read it every day. And Bob was like, every day? He goes, every day. Do what I tell you. So Bob's way wasn't working. He was frustrated. Things were not good. He was not making enough money. He was not feeling good. He was a loser. He was losing on everything. So he just did it. So Ray Stanford told him, my way is working, your way is not. Why don't you do my way? So he did. And do everything I tell you. So when you come here and you start studying, when I say study lesson 1, you study lesson 1. You gotta stay on lesson 1 until you get it. Do everything I tell you, and then you're gonna get everything you want. Things are gonna start working. It's an incredible story. Now, I wasn't doing well before I met Bob. Financially we were okay. I had 5 degrees, so I was pretty much there at the 6-figure level. So I'm going to tell you a couple of stories now, and then we'll finish for the day. But as I started talking to Bob, as I started to kind of finding these better things, life started to change because I was following directions. Before, I had just managers and had people that kind of want me just to do work tasks to get things done. But I wasn't feeling the enthusiasm. I wasn't feeling the life that I wanted. So all I wanted on my first goal to kind of go to about to the 150,000 level. That's what I wanted. So I wrote down on my goal card. Bob said, write it on a goal card, put it in your pocket. Write it on a goal card, put it in your pocket. And it's actually somewhat, So you write your goal card and you put it in your pocket. You find a goal card, you write it on it, put it in your pocket. Now that seems silly, right? But he said, that's what I did, and that's what he did. Decide what you want, Write it on a gold card and put it in your pocket. Keep writing it. Keep reading it. Keep writing it. Keep reading it. Keep writing it. Keep reading it. Keep writing it. And of course, you have to take some action because we live in this cause and effect world. We live in this cause and effect world. So what did I get? I was studying with Bob. I was getting elite level mentorship. And I was taking action. And I was getting some accountability. And that's how my first goal got achieved. Actually, I exceeded it because on my goal card, I had about $150,000 annual, and I was making about 100 at the time. By the time the year finished, by October, November, I think it came to 158,000. Figure out what you want, write it on a goal card, and start taking action. Read it, write it, read it, write it, read it, write it. Take action every day. Do what you're told. It's a very relatively short amount of time. Remember, it had taken me 22 years to get there. And then in about 6 months, you jump almost $50,000. That's a lot of money. At the time, it was a lot of money. Now it's not a lot because now I have a much bigger goal. Because now I got the first goal. I started to believe a bit more because that's the thing. We don't believe until we see it. But we don't need to see it to believe it. You have to believe it. Like you have to believe your goal is going to happen before it happens. And that's what's wrong with a lot of us. By nature, you have a goal, you go on taking action, but you don't believe you're going to have it. You have to believe it. You have to believe it. That was my first goal. So tomorrow, I'm going to talk to you about my second and third goal. And we're going to continue with this create your own economy. We're going to continue with this elevate your potential. And I want you to bring a friend. I want you to, you heard what you heard. Call somebody. Bring somebody with you tomorrow. Bring somebody with you tomorrow. So now, what we're going to do, we're going to listen to a quick meditation. But before we do that, we want to focus a little bit, and then we're going to do the meditation. This was the meditation that actually made a big difference for me. And that's why I like to share it with a lot of you. I didn't share it before for a long time. I don't know why, but now I have it available, so it's easy to share. So I'm going to share it with you. So we have to learn to focus. We have to learn to focus. So what are you focusing on? I want you to start focusing on, let's say your goal, right? Let's say your goal, like, get your mind to be focused somewhere on this picture, right? Pick a letter or pick a thing and just focus. So we're going to do 1 minute with silence like this, and then we're going to actually do the meditation on the screen, okay? So I'm going to get my timer. And I know it's hard. It's hard to be quiet. It's hard to quiet your mind. But I want you to think of your goal, and I want you to start bringing it in. Think of, look at the dot first. We're just going to look at the dot first in the first minute. So just look at this dot here. Okay. Here we go. 1 minute. I'm not going to speak for a minute. Okay, so if you're not used to this, it probably felt very, 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 very long. And it is long. It feels long. even though it's just 1 minute. You start doing this a few times a day, you focus on one thing, you can focus on anything. So now we're gonna focus on your goal, okay? I want you to keep looking at it, but I want you to focus on your goal. So instead of the dot, just bring in your goal. Instead of the dot, just bring your goal. That's what I want you to do right now. Start bringing your goal. Start thinking of your goal. That's what we're gonna do, okay? So here we go.
Let yourself totally relax. Okay? You just hear my voice. You hear nothing but my voice. You hear nothing but my voice. I want you to totally relax. Let all tension leave your body. Sit upright. Don't go to sleep. Totally relax. You just hear my voice. You hear nothing but my voice. I want you to feel and see a beautiful lavender energy flowing right into the crown of your head. It's a lavender energy. It's going to circulate through your brain. It's moving right in the back of your eyes, into your nose, your tongue, your throat. This beautiful lavender energy is flowing freely. It's circulating through your head. It's circulating down through your neck, into your shoulders and down your arms. It's right down to your fingertips now. Your arms and neck and head are totally relaxed. This beautiful lavender energy is circulating right through your body. You just hear my voice. You hear nothing but my voice. You're totally relaxed. You have the strongest urge to lift your right arm in the air and you can't move it. It's too relaxed. It's a bit of a phenomenon. You know you can, but you can't. This beautiful lavender energy now circulating through your chest, circulating all through your chest, down through your abdomen, down into your hips and lower part of your body. It's moving down now through your legs into your knees. And you can just feel this lavender energy. It's a healing energy and it's circulating through you. It's giving you the most magnificent feeling. It's going down now through your legs, right into your ankles and into your feet. Your whole body is totally relaxed. You're totally relaxed. You just hear my voice and you're totally relaxed. You have a wonderful feeling. Now you can feel this energy. It's healing every molecule of your body. Every molecule of your body is healing. And the words of Price Pritchett come to your mind. The absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Just because you can't see it and feel it, you don't know it's happening, it's still happening. There's a healing energy. It's circulating through your body. Everything I've said is recorded in cells in your brain. Every word I've said, everything you've experienced right now is recorded in your cells in your brain. At any time, you can sit in a relaxed state and instantly drop yourself into this state and activate the sound of my voice and the feeling in your body. You're totally relaxed. Now I'm going to count from 1 to 10. Each time I count a number, you're going to feel new energy flow into you. Every time I count a number, you're going to feel new energy. On the count of 10, you're going to feel like you've had a wonderful rest. And you're developing the strongest urge to practice what I'm doing right now and practice it frequently. And you know that every fiber of your being is moving back into a perfection state. There's perfection in every cell, and you're coming back into that state. We're going from 1 to 10. Every time I count a number, you're going to feel new energy flow into you. It's the most magnificent feeling. You're up to 1, 2, 3, 4. This energy is flowing into every molecule of your being is being rejuvenated. There's the most phenomenal feeling in you. On the count of 10, you're going to open your eyes. You're going to feel like you've had a wonderful rest. And this magnificent experience is going to stay with you for the rest of your life. And you will always practice this. Every day you're going to practice relaxing and permitting this beautiful lavender energy to flow through you. And you know it's a healing energy. We're up to 5, 6. There's a phenomenal energy moving into you. On the count of 10, you're going to open your eyes. You're going to feel like you've had a wonderful rest. We're up to 6, to 7, to 8, 9, 10.
All right. So good. So if this is of interest to you, in 30 days, you can change your life for real. And I want you all to do that. I want you all to change that for the better. So that's how easy it is. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about image. That's awesome. Donna feels better. That's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, that's right. You want to be in this relaxed mode. So tomorrow we're going to talk about image, self-image, and then Friday, we're going to talk about money because nobody wants to talk about it and everybody freaking wants it. So that's what I said. Bring a friend tomorrow or two, or bring your husband, your boyfriend, girlfriend, I don't care, whatever. Bring somebody. Let's bring more to the party because tomorrow is image and Friday we're going to talk about money and everybody wants money and nobody wants to talk about it. So have a great day, Reggie. Enjoy your day. And uh, let's get you all started on at least 30 days. And then from there, we'll see where we can take it. Okay. But everybody's going to need that lesson 1 and 2. Thank you so much. Take care, Donna. Bye-bye. Thank you all. Thank you, Bethany.